everybody. Sorry I'm a couple of minutes late here. We are just getting our stuff together. So it'll be a couple of minutes before we can really properly start. And I gotta play around with some lighting. Oh yes, this is totally awesome. I feel like I'm telling scary stories around a campfire, except it's a ring light. Okay, what happened there? There we are. Sage is joining us in just a moment. And I'm just going to post on a few different social media things, and we are good. Get all my settings properly. There we are. How is everybody tonight? Is everyone having a as acceptable as possible New Year's Eve? I mean, I know it kind of sucks in general. Happy New Year to you too, Chris Backos. I'm like dropping shit all over the place. I'll get that later. I'm starting off with a little bit of tea, and I've got a beer for a little later. This is one of my 2 annual alcoholic beverage nights. I say alcoholic beverage nights, but I only have 2 alcoholic beverages a year usually. So, okay, over. I'm trying to move these. There. I don't know how that got tangled in, and I don't know why these are all over the place. All right. Grab a seat. Grab a seat, and we've got a few people in there. Hi guys, sorry I've missed a bunch of messages there. We're just trying to get everything together here. So let's see, we've got Chris, we've got Gaga Marry the Night. It's a good song. We've got Andrew, we have Amber, Roni, Finn, Derek. We got lots of people. Awesome. Playing a game where I'm murdering zombies. It could be worse. Sounds like a good game. I tend to like those. I just got, I'm so late to all of this stuff, but I just bought myself a Nintendo Switch, right? I keep calling it a DS for some reason, and I think that was like the Nintendo from like 1,000 years ago, but I just got a DS, and I've been playing Breath of the Wild, and I'm just like, what is the game called? But yeah, I've been having a bit of fun. I like my RPGs in general. James, Happy New Year in California. Awesome. So let's see. You guys are having a good night. I'm glad. Happy to hear it. Oh no, Finn might have COVID. Oh, that sucks. But well, at least you're able to come here and hang out with us, and it's COVID friendly or COVID safe or whatever you want to call it. I guess not COVID friendly, but at least safe. Yeah, it is absolutely ripping through our community here. I'm in just outside of Toronto in Ontario, Canada, and it is like everyone we know has it kind of thing. Sage and I are like hermits. We don't leave the house anymore, it seems. So, what are you drinking? Rum and Coke?
Rum and Coke.
Did you use the vanilla Coke?
Yeah.
Okay, this tastes. That's not bad. We got Cuban rum from when your brother went to Cuba.
I finally opened it after like
2 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago.
It's yeah. I remember I picked up your brother and his partner from the airport, and that was like right at the beginning of the pandemic, like when everything was going crazy and we had no idea what was happening. Yeah. And like, because I just remember the gas prices were like so low, and we were like, what the hell? I haven't seen gas prices this low since the 90s kind of thing. So yeah. So well, thank you, Andrew. I hope you have a good new year, and I hope that 2022 is better for all of us, for sure. Yeah. Oh no, roommate brought it home from an anime convention. Oh, that sucks. Well, I hope that it treats you as gently as possible and you recover very quickly. So, oh, Vancouver. Hi, Meg. Awesome. Oh, yeah, I guess you guys can't get Cuban rum in the States at all. Yeah, we're lucky. We're allowed to go to Cuba and stuff. Well, in theory, we're allowed. Obviously, for the last little while, it's been a little weird. So, let's see. I'm playing Project Zomboid. It's surprisingly addictive. Graphics worse than The Sims, but crazy mechanics. I'm going through zombie corpses looking for cigarettes for my in-game nicotine addiction. Nice. You'd probably enjoy a game like that. You like those types.
I'm not the one that searches everybody I kill in video games.
Well, no, I am. I'm the completionist.
Yes.
For sure, I am absolutely a completionist. And you are just a rip through everything as quick as possible.
I'm a story person.
Yeah.
Like, so, for example, I'll do the story, but I don't do the side quests unless they affect the outcome of my story. If they don't, I don't care.
Yeah.
So, but Morgan here, she likes to go and do all of them, and I'll be like, oh, well, what effect does this have on your ending? Oh, nothing. Well, why are you doing it?
Because maybe I got a cool sword or something.
A cool sword that you'll use for 5
that probably
minutes.
wasn't even as good as the sword I was using.
Yeah,
That's usually the way it works. But yeah. So,
like
fellow completionists, help me out here. It's important. You got to do all the things.
like I just I replayed Detroit Become Human.
That was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I like
That's
that.
A great
I
game.
I love that game. It's fantastic. Yeah. And I got like one of the worst endings you could get because the first time I played it through, I was like, oh, let's try and keep everybody alive and all that, right? Yeah. And then the second time, I like watched it completely. Yeah. And then I was playing through Resident Evil 8, which gameplay it was fun, but honestly, oh my god, the story was just I couldn't get into it.
Yeah. Couldn't get into it. I want to answer Gaga's question here about rum. Rum, if you buy like good quality rum, it's actually quite sweet. I mean, it's still alcohol and it's harsh and that sort of thing. But yeah, if you get good rum, it's a lot sweeter and nicer, especially like dark rums. You can tell I kind of enjoy rum every now and then. But like if you get the dark stuff or even spiced rum, and yeah, if you mix it with Coke or like any pop. I like it with like a Sprite, a lemon lime type pop. It's a lot better. Unless you have like really good rum, in which case you can just drink it with ice and it's lovely. So, yeah. Oh, Diane, hello. Got COVID in February 2020. Oh, sucks. Kicked it with consistent high doses of olive leaf extract. Interesting. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that it seems you were able to recover from that quite well. Because yeah, COVID sucks. I mean, I've never had it. I'm just kind of going by everybody that's got it. It seems like it really sucks. It's a seam. I'm like, I saw a weird line on my shirt. I'm like, what's that going on there? So let's see. Oh, no quests in the game, the zombie game, besides surviving, which is surprisingly hard. Fair enough. Yeah. Some games you got to find all the things. All games I have to find all the things. I'm so bad. It took me, I can't even remember how many hours to do like games like Skyrim, like hundreds of hours. What was the one lately that I put a ridiculous amount of time into on PlayStation?
The Assassin's Creed one?
Oh yeah, Assassin's Creed, like any of them. Like Valhalla, I have what, like 200 hours or something like that logged.
Yeah, more than that.
I have a life, I swear. It's a pandemic. I blame that. So, yes, Diane. Diane gets it. You got to pick up all the loot, sell it, get all the gold. So, yeah. Ooh, spiced rum and ginger ale. That is a good combo. Can I have my beer, please? So, yeah, Happy New Year, Anthony. So, nearly 2:45 p.m. on January 1st there. Sydney, Australia. Yeah, you guys get the New Year very early. So yeah, we're at 11:15 p.m. Right now. So I think that's yeah. It's a a weird like opener. So for all you beer people, this is one of my favorite beers. It's from, well, this one was made in Quebec, but the brewery itself is in England. It's Witchford Breweries. This is called Hobgoblin, and it is lovely, especially if you like beers that you can't really see through. I usually drink stout and really like darker beers. So I like beer you can't see through. This is not a stout, but there's light in there. But it's quite tasty. And like, look at this fantastic label art. They're all really beautiful like this. They're awesome. I love these beers. I think I say this every time I drink one. So yeah. Oh well, yes. Thank you for the hello from the future. I hope 2022 is good for you so far. Oh, Robert drinks Bud. Nice. I can't. I'm like, if I'm gonna drink, like I said, I have generally 2 alcoholic beverages a year. I want to be able to really, well, I like a meal in a mug, I guess. Really, that's what it comes down to. I like really heavy beers, like stout, or you know what this guy is. Yeah, and it's a red beer. So it's yummy. It's very malty. I like that. I would be a beer snob if I actually drank more, but I don't drink very often. So, oh, yeah, I'm just worried because I have a connective tissue disorder, and my friend also has one, got COVID, and made her disability worse. Yeah, that is like my nightmare. I can definitely relate to that because I have an autoimmune disease, and I have some sort of connective tissue thing, but we haven't figured it out yet. I don't have EDS. I was cleared for that, but we don't know what the fuck it is. But yeah, so I'm just like, I gotta be a hermit because if I catch this shit, I don't know how well I'll do, and I'm disabled enough, you know, like, and I'm sure you guys that do have disabilities or other chronic illnesses and stuff totally understand where it's like, you know, this is enough. I don't want to have to deal with more. So, oh, Robert, Jack Daniels, yes, absolutely. I like you know, it's funny. I like whiskey, Scotch, bourbon, and rye, which is the Canadian version of whiskey and all that. Gives me wicked heartburn, and I won't drink it. So, won't drink my own country stuff. So, yeah. Yeah. Oh, Katie is also in hermit mode. So, yeah. It sucks because I mean, like, we really miss getting out, and I'm sure you guys do too, but going out to like parties and the dungeons and like, I mean, we did munches over the summer when it was all held outside, and I just got my hair in my beer. Lovely. But yeah, now that it's like minus a ridiculous amount and tons of snow and everything, it's like everybody's moved inside, so we don't go anymore.
And then there was, you know, the one time where, you know, it was funny because prior to Omicron coming onto the stage, you know, Morgan's like, I think January
Yeah.
will be the month for us to, you know, start going out to stuff because we'll see how the pandemic fares over the holidays and all that. Everyone's going to be inside and all that shit, right? And it's funny. I was just like, fuck.
Yeah, no, we were like, okay, we'll like give it a couple of weeks for like the Christmas surge and all of that. And then, here we are.
Yeah, here we are. So, and it's like, oh, great. You know, highest number of cases we've had. And
we're breaking records every day.
It's like, you know, I was joking. I was like, yeah, I can wait till. I'm looking forward to January because I'm going to go out to everything. I'm like, even if she doesn't want to come with me, I'm going to go out and, you know, meet people and have my fun and all that.
No. Yeah, that's out the window now. You know, we had like 14,000 or something, 15,000 cases today in our province. And we don't have that many people. Like, our whole province is like a medium American city kind of thing. or like
well, like Canada's population is what, 40 million?
I think so,
Something like that. Yeah. So
like I remember when I was like in Mexico City being like, this city has almost as many people as my entire country. So so yeah. Oh, doing a Zoom lunch. You know, I've thought about that. I think I may try to put something together for maybe January or February. I've had a ton of stuff going on this year, which unfortunately I'm still like I can't really talk about it quite yet.
it's
but
coming. It's coming.
stuff is almost to the point that I can talk about it. So once that, and it's just taken all my spoons, but like once that's done, yeah, we'll definitely look at doing a Zoom lunch because it would be nice to be able to talk to people like in a more interactive, like the chat is fantastic and I love that, but I think it would be easier for you guys too that we could do like a proper sort of munch where it's not us talking to you guys like this, where everyone can throw in. I mean, you can obviously you can contribute whatever you like in the chat, and I encourage you to do so. But yeah, on terrible. I like that.
Yes.
Yeah, that about sums it up. It's rough. Oh, Robert, you've never been to a dungeon. It's like I don't want to be like, oh, it's fantastic when you maybe can't go yet, but it is. It's a lot of fun. I would definitely suggest. And I tell this to everybody: go out to a munch first if you haven't been, and just kind of get to know people a little bit. And a munch is a bit easier, so that's just a meeting at like a bar or a like restaurant or a coffee shop or whatever. And it's very chill, very low key. Nobody wears fetish gear, or at least they're not supposed to. You know, those of us who are a little more goth or whatever, sometimes, you know, get looked at funny because it's like, what, I wear a corset every day. Or at least I used to a long, long time ago. But, you know, like that kind of thing. And, but yeah, so it's really low key. And then, you know, once you have a couple of people that you can say hi to and that, then the dungeon is a little more fun just because it can be a little awkward if you don't know anyone and you're standing there and you're like, I don't know what to do. But even then, dungeons are usually pretty chill, which I like. At least most of the ones that I've been to, like,
yeah.
And
I mean, like honestly, too, it's like if you're on like that, like and you see there is a party going on, you can always message the organizer as well. Like I used to do that all the time.
Yeah.
And you know, at least it's someone that's there to break the ice for you as well. So keep that in mind. But yeah, munches are definitely the way to go.
Yeah.
And also, like if you are trying to like meet other people or meet a partner or whatever, chances are if you go to a munch and stuff and you hit them up online later on, they'll probably be a little more receptive to you as well, at least in my experience.
Yeah.
That's how
well, and I know like when I've traveled, because I used to travel a fair bit and I will again in the near future, hopefully, like I would post like in a group and be like, hey, like I'm going to be in town for whatever. Is there anything interesting going on? And people are always really, really friendly in that. Like, as long as you kind of are chill about it, right? Don't come on too strong, but yeah. It's the BDSM community as a whole are very friendly and welcoming as long as you kind of approach things with a really like positive, open attitude. Like we do not suffer fools, but I mean, who does really? So people that kind of come in and try to throw their weight around, we kind of frown on that. But if you come in and like you've done here in the chat and be like, hey, I'm new, I've never been to this before. The best words to say is like, I am new when you get to some of these events, because then people will be like, let me give you a tour, let me show you around. Oh, do you have any questions? Or at least like that's how I always am at our local dungeons. And I know you're the same. You're usually pretty friendly and outgoing with people. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's kind of how we met originally, because like you came to one of my classes, and then it was like that. He came to one of my classes at a convention, and it was like first class of the whole convention, so not a lot of people there, and it was like what, you and like 5 people. You had a date, and okay, assumed it was you were on a date, but like you guys were there, and then a few other people, and it was just like awkward. But but then you came out to events, and we got to know each other, and like many years later, we got together.
Oh God, what a mistake I made.
I know, we can't get out of it now. Sorry guys, we like to play around like that.
Yeah,
It doesn't mean anything.
It's not serious.
So yeah. Oh, Kayla, never been to a dungeon either. Yeah, no, and I mean, there's nothing wrong. Being new is awesome because you get to experience all these things for the first time. Like I personally love when I make friends that are kind of new to the kink world because I get to then see things through their eyes. Like I've been doing this for a really long time. Like I went to my first, events in the '90s and stuff like that. So it's like, I've been doing this for way too long. So then I get to meet new people and I see things through their eyes and I get to experience that excitement and all of that again. So it's fun. I love meeting new people, and not for any creepy reasons, but just to see how they react to things. And my favorite thing is like when the new person gets to an event, or like usually it'll happen like the first or second time they go to a dungeon and they see all the people and they're having fun and they just feel really comfy and it's like, this is where I'm meant to be. I'm at home. And I love that personally. That's my favorite. So let's see here. Yeah. Oh, you had the same plan, Ronnie, to by the end of January, planning on attending some stuff, but just hit about 12,000 cases. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah. No, it fucking sucks.
Yeah, like especially like when you're looking forward to it, or it's.
Yeah. Oh, my local dungeon is held in an older home with 3 levels. They're super sweet to me and helpful with my disability. I love it there. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, again, as a disabled kinkster, not a lot of places, and then like especially Toronto. Toronto is notorious for being like inaccessible. Like the bathroom is always in the basement or things like that. And like even like big tourist attractions, like when we were going to go to Casa Loma, and they were like, yeah, no, it's not accessible. So that really sucks. But
you can pay full price and get access to like a quarter of things.
Yeah, they were very willing to do that.
Yes. Well, I remember it was actually, sorry to cut you off there, but remember we wanted to go see Slayer, and they were doing their final tour.
Yes.
And then we contacted them about the disabled seating.
Yeah.
And they're all like, yeah, we can give you disabled seating, but you're gonna pay for like a premium ticket to get that disabled seating.
It was like almost price for floors.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, and then what? You were like, well, what about my partner / care person or whatever? They're like, well, he has to buy his own ticket.
Yeah.
As well, so it's like already, we just wanted to go and do like the.
I wanted the cheap seats.
Yeah, whatever, right? But then they're like, oh no, you have to pay this. And that was super off-putting. But then we've gone to venues where they've been amazing, like Danforth was awesome.
Yeah, Danforth is amazing. If you live in Toronto or nearby and you like to go see bands of any sort, Danforth Music Hall is awesome. If you are disabled, they treated me so nicely. But no, I mean, like I would have been really upset because like at least I got to see Slayer prior to that and had floors and stuff few times. Oh, those are always vicious pits too. Mm-hmm. Oh, I miss mosh pits, but I haven't been able to do those for even longer than this current situation. So, yeah, but no. Usually, kinky people are pretty good about stuff. Unfortunately, a lot of places aren't very accessible because they're held in people's homes or, in shitty older buildings because that's what we can, that's what we can afford to rent out or whatever kind of thing. So, but Gaga, never been to a dungeon either. It is a lot of fun, and honestly, it's not nearly as scary as people like build it up in their brains. So Yeah. Oh, one random heart. Celebrating at home myself with some nice Italian liqueur. What kind of, what are you drinking there? I'm curious. um, banana hammock. Sorry. It's my favorite thing. Just calling men's thongs banana hammocks. Not a fan of the banana hammock. I prefer a nice fitted boxer, personally. Unless it's like a silly one. James French. Never been to a full-on dungeon, but before the plague, I was going to the bondage of Go-Go in San Francisco, which was kind of like a munch with a low-key dungeon in the back. They're not doing it anymore, sadly. Oh, that sucks. I mean, even up here in Canada, we've heard of that, or at least I have. So that really sucks. I hope maybe once things settle down, maybe they'll start up again, because that sounded like it would be a lot of fun. Does Goddess Megan exist? I have no idea. Yeah. Oh yes, thank you, Robert. We got an hour before the ball drop. Yay. Yeah, no, I'm not familiar with her. I've never met her. But I think a lot of the times, as I'm assuming she's a pro. But a lot of times, a lot of the pros will put on a bit of a persona, but generally it's not that far off from who they are. Like I know when I was a pro, I certainly had sort of my image, and it was just me ramped up a little bit, but minus some of the other elements that, like, I usually didn't share my geeky tendencies as much. So yeah. Um, oh, Derek's with us. Finished his raid and has a beer. Excellent. Oh, thank you, Pup Sammy. I'm doing okay. I am. I'm getting a little more mobile, which is really nice, and I've been really pushing hard to try to reclaim a little bit of my fitness. But it's rough. But I'm excited. I actually just ordered some snowshoes for my crutches, because I've been trying to, walk on crutches more than use my wheelchair. And so I'm really excited that I'll actually be able to go out in the snow with those. So I can't wait till they arrive, probably sometime in January. Unfortunately, all the snow came super early this year, but
well, there's nothing out there now.
Yeah, I know. It's like we've had it where it's like,
yeah.
It'll snow, you'll get like a foot of snow, and then it'll melt, and then another foot of snow.
It's great.
Oh yeah, I've had a migraine for almost all of December. So yeah. Accessibility is something I started being really vocal about to people in the scene here in Sydney, online, and the one munch I've attended in 18 months. Excellent. Getting people to think about accessibility and how important it is. Ronnie, that's fantastic. And it is super important. It's like, because I think, when it doesn't affect you, you don't think about it as much. Because I know I have an acquired disability. I used to be quite fit, and I am no longer that person. And I never really thought about it all that much. And I used to work in healthcare, so like you think I would think about it, but it was on my radar, but not totally. And I think that a lot of people are like that. And it's not that they don't care or whatever. It's just that it can be really challenging. And of course, everybody has such different accessibility needs, right? So things that are accessible to me wouldn't be for somebody else. And so it can be really hard, but that's why all of us have to like advocate for that sort of thing. Really super important. And yeah, that's all I have to say there. But fucking right on, Ronnie. Like, keep at it, because if you don't do it, who's going to, right? So, and the other people out there will thank you for it. The other disabled folks. So, Caravella I don't even want to try to pronounce that. I suck at English. Remind Italian. So cool. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy the videos too. One random heart. Oh, Gaga, we haven't gotten any snow where I live. I wanted to write Christmas. Yeah, I think Christmas was like the one day that I don't know. I had a migraine. Was there snow on Christmas?
There was
I
a bit
don't
of
think
snow,
there
but
was.
we didn't get anything new. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I think we got like a dusting a couple days after, but yeah.
Yeah. We live in an area where like it's like a whole line of just like snow. Like Toronto doesn't get very much snow, but we're outside and we get smacked with it pretty hard. So yeah. No, Finn got forearm crutches and they're so dang useful. I love my forearm crutches. Yeah, much better than my cane. It'll be perfect for when I'm not bad enough to need my walker. Yeah, I honestly, I hate walkers. Like, I mean, obviously, if there's something that you need, then that's what you need. But they really didn't work for my particular mobility issues. And I found like with my crutches, I can go upstairs, right? So for those of you guys who don't know, I technically have two legs, but only one of them works. So I hop basically. So on crutches, I can get up the stairs with my forearm crutches, but with a walker, it's too big to like put there and then like get up the steps. And like when I first got out of the hospital, that's what they gave me. I was using a walker for like what a year,
Yeah.
and that was miserable, and I hated it. So yeah, if you can use the crutches, I think they're just they'll let you do more. But if you have different issues than I do, perhaps the walker will work much better. I always liked the rollators, like they weren't suitable for me because of my particular issues, but they look pretty good. All right, Robert, thank you for coming out and have a very happy new year. Thank you, Derek. So, yeah. Yeah, well, thank you, Pop Sammy. It's one of those things, You gotta go for it. When's your next book coming out? I feel attacked.
Yes, honey. When is your next book coming out?
Um, so it's soon. It's soon. I have I just haven't finished editing and stuff, but soon. Probably a couple of months. But I've said that for like
a long time.
a year and a half. Oh, it's written. I just have to like do some stuff. But yeah, I 2022 is like, okay, I got my other shit taken care of, and now I can focus back on, working and stuff. So, oh, big freeze the day after tomorrow here in the Ozark Mountains. Don't know if it promises snow, but here's hoping. Oh, Diane, nice. I mean, if you like cold, I guess that's nice. I hate cold. But yeah, I guess up in the mountains, you're going to get pretty good cold anyways. Yeah, we get a fair bit of cold. We're south by your mom's usually.
Yeah.
We get it where we are. It's really damp cold, but his mom's it's a different cold. So yeah. Yeah, waiting for the next book. It will come. I just I've not been good at writing books lately. So yeah.
We all take those things.
Yeah, I have a couple of friends who run both poly and kink educational events and a munch, and now they are asking the accessibility questions about venues and such. So it's a start. Excellent. Yeah, it's a long, hard slog to get people to think about it sometimes. I know. So many years ago now, I actually ran a like disabled kinkster munch, and it was myself and a couple of other friends that all had disabilities, and because I mean it was too much for one person to do just because it took a lot of spoons. But excuse me, I remember finding a venue was the hardest thing that we did. We wanted to do like a coffee shop because we didn't want to have something in like a place that was really focused on alcohol, right? Because like a lot of people are sober, and some by choice and some not by choice. Like at that time I was taking medication that I was not allowed to drink with because it was not good. And so, and we also wanted to be accessible to people that were like in recovery and stuff like that. So all of the bars and stuff were out, and that left like coffee shops and restaurants and that sort of thing. And it was so hard to find a venue, like, because you have to take into account the actual venue itself being accessible, but then how do people get there? Is there parking? Is there transit that's accessible? And Toronto, once again, not good on the accessibility front. I think only half of our subway stations are accessible, so it was not good. Um, yeah, it was really rough. Do I use Discord? No, I don't. Um, I keep meaning to check it out, but I'm old and I'm not good at new technology sometimes. It frightens me. Is it like
chat.
forums or chat or
It's like a chat thing.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to someone on there recently, and it's like, yeah, basically, yeah, you can like, I think you can like create your own chat rooms with people and all that stuff, and you can do video calls and all that.
Oh, okay.
Like that's like my very basic understanding of it. So.
Yeah, because I know Deviant, which is one of our local like Munch groups, and they do some educational stuff as well. They do a Discord Munch, and I keep meaning to, for the last 2 years of the plague, I kept meaning to go to it, and I just haven't had a chance to yet. But because some very, very lovely people run that Munch, and I miss them. So Discord feels like old school IRC chat. Oh, awesome! Why didn't anyone ever tell me that? Now I feel okay to try it. Like, because, yeah, I run a Kink server on Discord. I wanted to invite you soon. Oh, well, please do. I'd love to.
You have to make an account.
Okay, I'll make an account, and then I would love to join you guys. Yeah.
I'm a young millennial anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It just moves so quickly sometimes. The technology stuff. But apparently I'm doing better than a lot of people in my generation, I guess. Don't worry, I'm not a boomer. Like, I'm looking at you, Mr. Millennial.
I'm looking at you,
Yeah.
boomer.
I am so not a boomer.
Okay.
Yeah, side note, Flying Monkeys makes a chocolate milk stout, which is surprisingly, I've had it and it is delicious. Yes.
Sure. We have a brewery.
Yeah. They're here in town, I think. I'm like giving away location information. I just made, we're gonna see some videos. I've got videos coming up. I just filmed like literally 3 of them yesterday. And one of them was about internet safety and not giving away where you are. Not worried. People know what city I live in, but Discord is fun. I used to be in a D&D RP server on there. There we go. So we were supposed to do,
yes.
Before Omicron started, we got invited to join a D&D campaign, and we were super excited because I haven't played D&D in forever. He's never played, but wanted to. So of course I got him these cute dice for like Christmas and stuff, but now it's sort of like, oh, I don't know if we're gonna be playing. So
yeah, because
well, plague, right?
Plague and
so yeah. Oh, thank you, Doug. Thanks. I really do try my best, and I'm always down for like questions and for video ideas. Like I've got books of video ideas, but I want to know what you guys want to see. So like for sure. Yeah, if you want to send me an invite, please send it to my email. Let me. I'm just like, how do I?
Oh, you're like.
I don't know how to like.
Can you? Is it like an at so and so and then?
Yeah, maybe we'll do that then.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, I don't know if this is going to show to the whole group. If it shows to everybody, please just ignore my email. I mean, it's on my account anyways, so There you go. Yeah, give me an email and I will definitely check that out. So, would you ever do story time vids? I would definitely consider it.
What do you mean by storytelling things?
Like telling a story. We've actually talked about that sort of thing with you drawings and stuff, and but we could like have a narrated story.
Oh,
and
okay,
stuff like
okay,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. We kind of have played around with because I keep making Sage be part of things. But he's such a good artist, and I want everyone to be able to see that. So, but yeah, it's something we kind of chatted about. So
Yeah, like you were like thinking about like that one channel that I like, right? Yeah.
that kind of thing. So, yeah.
What kind of stories would you tell though?
Well, it depends on what platform we do it on.
Yeah, well, actually, because
it really does.
I'm finding it is very difficult to, sell like my work, a lot of it, because I get fucking censored a lot of the time. So actually, like I have an Etsy store, and I was actually doing pretty well in like start of December. Like it's just a side gig. I earn a few bucks here and there. But my more popular pieces that I always managed to sell were my BDSM drawings, right? Who knew? But I was going through a print on demand service, and so basically what I would do is I list it on Etsy. Someone places the order. I then take that order. I send it to my the third party there, and then they print it, and then they ship it to the person.
Yeah.
And that was that. But then I had one time where I get a message being like, "Hey man, I never got my order." And I was like, "What?" And I go and they canceled it. So then they're like, "Oh, we're really sorry. Don't know why this happened. Whatever. Okay, fine, it happens." Then a few months later, same thing happened, and it turns out they're like, "Oh, we're not going to be publishing or sell or like printing any of this content that you're doing anymore." They're like, "You can print like your normal stuff that's more like family friendly, I guess." So that's that kind of really sucks because I was actually starting to get more sales and get more traction, and even like it's not so much for the sales, it was just like getting just my name out there and known. And that really kind of like was a kick in the nuts.
Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, and I see One Random Heart here also does digital art, and it's definitely, well, just talking about the technology there, but yeah, just it's challenging, I think, to keep up with everything. What kind of art do you do, One Random Heart? Like, I'm always curious to see people's stuff, but yeah, like it's rough, and I mean, like, if a week goes by without a notification from YouTube that I'm in trouble, it's a pretty good week. So they restrict my stuff all the time, and it's always like really the tame stuff, like
consent.
Yeah, if I talk about consent, man, YouTube hates that. They've pulled down so many videos, and I'm like, I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just talking about consent, but it's rough doing any adult stuff. So, Finn, yes, I'd absolutely do more videos about disability. Like if there's any topic or anything like that you'd be interested in, please definitely let me know, because I am happy to do those kind of videos. I just don't want to like bore you guys with that sort of stuff. But
you know what though? Here's the thing, right? Like, you have people in the community who are disabled, right? But then you got to realize too, like people like myself, I'm a partner to someone with disabilities, but hearing those things coming from someone else, or like if you're in the dating pool or whatever and you're wanting to date someone, chances are you might end up with someone with disabilities, right? So it's kind of like, it does help knowing that, even if you're not somebody with disabilities. Right?
Yeah, for sure. Happy New Year, Alex. And I don't know what I was about to say there, but Alex, that's who I was talking to. And LA, are you an artist as well, or what do you do if you're looking into Etsy? I think you said it was challenging at first.
For me, the challenging thing was like I don't know. What I would do is I would look at other people who were selling similar types of art and kind of look at like how they labeled it, how they labeled their titles. And for me, the biggest thing was the shipping, right? And that's where the distributor I was using, it was great because it was always the same. The shipping was always the same, so that kind of took care of that. But yeah, that was my biggest thing, was just getting all the listings listed, and then having like a template to go off. Like I'll admit, like I went and I'd look at again other people's listings of similar things, and I'd see what they have written in their listings, and I would be like, oh, okay. Like I on some of my listings, I have like, don't redistribute my art for your personal gain or whatever.
Yeah.
There's a whole thing I put in there, right? And I saw a few other people do that as well. But yeah, it's definitely not a thing that you can do overnight. It takes a lot of time. Like I would spend hours like just taking pictures of my print, taking a picture in the frame, taking a picture out of a frame, and some of them I would do a video of, because they say the more photos you have, and even if you have a video, it gets ranked higher in their search optimization thing. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I read. But yes, it's very overwhelming for sure.
Yeah.
You can always try, like I definitely looked at Etsy, the Etsy Reddit on there, so that kind of gave a few answers as well. So,
Reddit can be a shithole, but it can also be
Yeah.
a really useful resource.
yeah, like for, people's experience.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah. You do acrylics. Nice. I may or may not love
How
acrylics.
much do you charge for artwork? How would you gonna go? Yeah, sounds good. Send me one, and we can definitely talk for sure. If it's something that I feel that I can do, and it's kind of in my vein, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I think he's got, or they've got some stuff, but just looking for some advice. So that's the impression I get, at least.
Oh no, how much do you charge?
Yeah.
So,
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
Don't mind me. I'm just not reading
Yeah.
properly, apparently. I've only had one beer.
fantasy
Yeah.
working like comic book style little thing right here. Yeah, that's like
Nice.
it's always the fun stuff to work on.
Yeah, that's always fun. Yeah, and yeah, I absolutely agree. Like the credit card companies are the ones that are doing this, and we see it with Fat Life all the time. And I've been involved in professional domination and things like that for a very, very long time. And like I got a lifetime ban for PayPal. I wasn't even using it for any of my adult like oriented stuff. I was just using it for like, to buy stuff off eBay or whatever. And just because my email was also associated with my dominatrix like website, I got banned for life for those kind of things, right? And it's like so ridiculous because I wasn't breaking any other terms of service or anything, but it's all it takes. So it's rough, and we see that with like Fat Life, for instance. I have a video talking about that coming up very soon as well, just about like the verification stuff. So that will be out very soon. And Doug, yes, absolutely. I actually have something written about mental illness and kink, specifically PTSD, which is something that I have PTSD, so a lot of people have asked about that. But I'm totally down to do mental health stuff as uh, of any sort. I just am not an expert in the field, obviously, so I like to try to get people that either have lived experience or that are experts, but I'm working on a few of those type people. So hopefully we can get some stuff going very soon. Like I said, I'm going to start publishing regular videos again soon because I'm feeling much better and like I have the spoons to do so, which is really nice. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Yep. Awesome, Pup Sammy. Thank you very much. I will check that out and I will join. Just give me a few days if you don't see me. It usually takes me a little bit to get caught up on stuff. Yeah. Yeah, having a flare up while doing a scene with somebody, zero clue what to do in a situation like that. Yeah, that's a rough one. I mean, like, honestly, I think the best thing you could probably do is just, speak up and say, hey, things kind of went south, right? If you have a partner that's understanding, they'll get it. How many times have we been either playing or planning on playing? And I'm like, honey, I have a flare, I'm sorry. Or like, we have plans and I am a bump on the couch, you know? It happens. And
right?
fortunately, I'm lucky to have a partner that's very understanding about those things. But like, yeah, absolutely, safe words are always allowed and encouraged. Just as a top, as a dominant, I really want my partner to use their safe word if they need to, because yeah. Oh well, yeah. If you can't always speak with a flare, have a safe signal. Have something you can drop. Have something you can shake. I have I don't know where they are. That shit all over the place in the dungeon right now. But I have like nipple clamps that have jingle bells on them. Those are my favorite safe signal because you can jingle them, you can drop them, and I mean maybe that won't work for you, but it's definitely something to look into. Lots of different ways to get around if you are nonverbal for whatever reason. So, um, role play game book like D&D, new system, but needs artwork to finish it. Oh, that's right up your alley. Right on. That sounds really cool, Alex. I love to see this project because I love that kind of stuff. I always brag that I had, if anyone remembers Vampire the Masquerade, um, I used to actually date one of the writers for them because geek. But yeah, and one of the books is actually dedicated to me. So I am very proud and geeky. So yeah. Oh, look at this. You guys are awesome with the advice, Katie. Um, yeah, talk about it during your negotiations, super helpful. Talking about what a flare up would look like for you, additional safe words, gestures, etc. Fantastic points, Katie. Thank you so much for bringing that up. That's another thing. Yeah, talking about what it's going to look like if you do have a flare. I like to do that as well when it's like I'm talking to somebody, and because I mean I do a lot of really kind of edgy and more extreme stuff. So becoming nonverbal is not unheard of. And sometimes we like to do sort of CNC type stuff, so consensual non-consent, where they can like say no and all that. But it's like, what does it look like when you're really genuinely in distress? Like, let me know so that I know. So, Doug, I have schizophrenia and PTSD, but me and my wife are working with that. I hope it gets better for you. Thank you so much, and I hope for you as well. Like, we know that these things can be managed. It sucks sometimes to do the work, but it's actually one of the reasons that I've taken some time off was to get my head sorted out because I needed to. So, but yeah, we're definitely going to talk about some mental health stuff because why not? Like it affects all of us, and especially after the pandemic, right? So, yeah.
Everyone deals with things.
And Ronnie also offering safe actions that you can use, like tapping out or holding on to something. Yeah, and I also saw LA say the same thing. Yeah, yeah. I did have an impact play scene with my partner. It was so sweet when I had to stop because my arm went numb. Yeah, you know what? I think most people are pretty cool about it. And if they aren't, they're not people you want to play with, anyways, right? I think that for a lot of us, and I know at least for me personally, I think we build it up in our heads like, oh man, this is going to be a thing, and it's like it's so much of a burden to place on other people and that sort of thing, and it is, but it's not, right? People are happy to take it on. They're willing to. Like, I got lucky with him. He's taken on a lot. But we also have a lot to give that's positive, so it evens out. I would hope it evens out, right? Tell the people. Sorry. Again, we like to play around like that sort of thing. But yeah,
No, it does.
it does. So, um, absolutely, Pup Sammy. Thank you. I wasn't aware that they expired, so I will check it out sooner rather than later. So yes, for sure. Oh, my main really bad flare-up symptom is my whole body not functioning, and I can't speak or hold my head up or even use my limbs. Yeah. I get that would be very frustrating. But yeah, even like I'm just wondering like if you have a flare, like would your hand or something go limp? Because if you have something you could drop, that would work. But yeah, I mean, like think about what would work for you. And definitely, I love the suggestion. I think it was Katie that said it, but talking about what a flare up will look like for you. So I know I've played with some people where they're like, yeah, if I like go nonverbal and I stop like making noises or I just get really quiet and I look like I'm kind of spaced out, that's bad for me. Whereas for other people, that's a good sign. They're in subspace, but for that person, it was bad. So it was like, okay, I know to look for that. That can really work. And one random heart also with the PTSD. So yeah, I absolutely. I just want to do like a smidgen more research on that one before I put that together, but it'll be coming very soon because it's important, and I've been learning a lot of stuff. Like I said, trying to get my own shit sorted out there for sure. So if your partner knows you well enough, that's definitely something you need to cover in negotiations. They need to know what it looks like. Yeah, LA for sure. And Katie saying if you go nonverbal, non-vocal, letting your partner know what to look for in advance. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know what? Like I think too, though, if it does happen and it's never happened before, right? It's kind of good to like do that thing called like an after action report kind of thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know, sum up like, oh, hey, this is what happened, and this is what we can, you know, what we can do going forward,
Yeah,
or whatever,
yeah.
right? If you're like in that uncharted territory of things, right? So it's always kind of good to take that time to touch base on it.
For sure. Yeah, I always like call them postmortems, but yeah, I like after action reports. It's less morbid. Um, but I'm kind of a morbid person, anyways. But yeah, no, it's a fantastic thing too to talk about. I mean, I think we should be talking about our scenes after, right? Debrief, yes, good call there. And I like that terminology as well. But yeah, talking about, I mean, we like to do it anyways. Like, what was good, what wasn't so good, what could we do better, all of that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, I keep watching the time here. We're 11:30, at least in the Eastern time zone, so we got half an hour before the big thing. Can I get you to run downstairs and grab my phone for me, please?
Anything else?
No, that's it. Actually, you know what? Tea, please.
You didn't finish the previous tea I made
It's
you.
mostly finished.
You didn't finish the tea that I made you.
Tea and phone. Come on.
Yeah.
The joys of brats. He's very good to me. And yeah, if you're honest and they still choose to take it on, it's their choice for sure. I mean, I have a tendency of when I get involved with somebody new, um, and Sage can certainly attest. I sent like all kinds of information about my disabilities and stuff like that, and like was like, you need to know what you're getting into here. And I mean, like he ended up getting into a little more than was expected because we got together, and I think it was about a year and a half into our relationship. I then was hit by the car, and so my level of disability went from like here to here. And even, I mean, like, you know, I've gotten it down to there, but it was like way higher in the beginning. So yeah, he like spent 2 weeks sleeping at the hospital. So I give him lots and lots of credit. He really did look after me. Oh no, he's coming back. I gotta stop talking nice things about him. So thank you.
Do you want anything else?
No, I'm done. Done with the booze. Just tea, please. I need to take some meds. That's what. Yeah, here, take that down. Thank you. Now, depending on the scene, it can take a bit to get verbal again and string words together again. So debrief timeline may look different depending on the activity. Yeah, for sure. I like to personally, I mean, like I love having a little bit of time, each of us to sort of like come down and then doing the like, you know, just kind of hang out, have a bottle of water, cup of tea, whatever, and chat about what happened. But I mean, like if your timeline is different than that, that's totally okay as well. So, oh, Derek has the CBC New Year's Eve thing going. Rick Mercer is still handsome. Rick Mercer is awesome. For non-Canadians, you probably have no idea who he is, but he's a comedian here in Canada, and he actually had this like really long-running series of talking to Americans where he would go to the States and he would say ridiculous things Americans kind of believed about Canada. I remember he did a thing about our national igloo melting because of global warming, which was absolutely ridiculous because people believed we had a national igloo. We don't, for the record. So, but yeah, Rick Mercer is awesome. I miss him. Oh my God, I was absolutely devastated. I'm sorry. I hope this isn't a downer for people, but like I saw the news about Betty White today and I was like, man, just so depressing. So depressing. I love Betty White. She was awesome. So yeah. Oh, now I'm going to depress myself. Let's get back to talking about how awesome Rick Mercer is. So, yeah, you know what? And thank you, Pop Sammy. There, I think there's a lot of us within the community. At least I found within the kink community, there are a lot of us that have various disabilities, mental disabilities, physical, quite often both. I think a lot of us definitely have both of those things going on. And you know, like the community is pretty good about it for the most part. I'm not always perfect, right? Nothing ever is, but I really do enjoy that that there's a lot of people that do have that good attitude, or at least are like open to learning. Like I said, I definitely know in any of my local communities, things have been taken pretty well. You know, about hey, this is not accessible, or what can we do? And the other great thing too is that in real life kink communities, and I have to stress that this is real life kink communities, I have not experienced a lot of disability fetishism. So for those of you guys who aren't familiar, the idea of like devotees are people, and certainly not all of them, right? So like, you know, take the disclaimer, not all devotees or whatever, but a lot of them are people that fetishize disability, and I do not have a good opinion of that type of thing personally, but everybody is entitled to whatever that makes them happy. But I don't run into a lot of those in real life space in disability, or not in disability, in kink communities. I had a friend who was an amputee. He had one arm, and he said that sometimes he got a little bit of it, you know, people that would fetishize that. But he said for the most part, kink communities were super respectful about that sort of thing. And I like that. I've certainly got a lot of it online, but online is a bit of a cesspool anyways. I get a lot of things because, you know, I'm here, I am woman shaped, and that brings a lot of stuff. But yeah, I've gotten a lot of it online, but less so in real life communities. So if you are somebody with a disability that was worried about that type of thing, it's so much better. I mean, all of it is better in real life. That goes for like pretty much anything. I do not. So like if you're worried about like uh, sort of the fuck boys and the harassment that happens in places like FetLife or whatever, that doesn't happen in real life very much. I mean, like, I'm not going to say it never happens because this is real life. It does happen, but it's much more rare, at least. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. There are. So Finn is just pointing out that there's so many kinky people who have like ADHD and stuff like that. Neurodivergency is like super common in kink communities. I'm not sure if causation correlation there, which came first, but I know I have so many neurodivergent friends that, and I love it. Thank you. Um, I sometimes wonder if perhaps thank you, fall into that category because I just love like the straightforward communication and all that fun stuff. It's I can definitely relate for sure. So, Ronnie, I'm a person with both mobility issues and mental health issues, so I know it's not that simple, but I am learning to respect other people's choices to be in my life and how they choose to do that. Yeah, I think that's honestly, I think it's one of the hardest things to come to terms with. It's like the part of you that feels like I'm asking too much versus their consent. You know what I mean? Like, so they're saying, yeah, it's cool, don't worry. And I feel like, oh God, I'm asking too much. So it's hard to overcome that. And I think a lot of like the programming that we get too also says like that we are too much or whatever. So Katie says it's encouraging that so many folks in the community are generally open and supportive. Yeah, it's one of the things that I will give the kink community absolute credit for is that for the most part, people are like, even if they don't get where you're coming from, whether it's like from a disability standpoint or any kind of standpoint, they're like, cool, tell me about that. The other thing, and I mention this like every time we do a live stream that I absolutely love, is that kinky people are like the biggest freaking geeks in the world. And that just speaks to my soul. I know so many LARPers and gamers and everything else within the kink community. It's just not even funny. We're not going to talk about my own personal history of LARPing and gaming and stuff like that. Yeah. Derek is going to form a religion of Betty worshippers. She was that amazing. I will join Derek for sure. For sure. Betty was fucking phenomenal. And the Golden Girls was just such a thing when I was growing up. Like it was all the reruns and stuff, but it's amazing. So yeah. Okay, Alex is saying I make toys when my mental health starts to drop, which reminds me I have another pair of floggers for you. I'll try and get them. Oh, that is so sweet, Alex. That is very sweet. Thank you. 20 minutes. Thank you, Derek. Keeping us updated. We're getting close. I'm so close. Yeah. Pep Sammy says, my Dom checks my pain level before she has me doing any activities. We're in a long distance dynamic. And that's, I think, really awesome too, right? Check in before we start and see where your partner is at. Because I know like there's things that I can do when I'm like at like a 6 that I can't do when I'm at like an 8, right? Obviously. For those people who are not familiar with pain scales, it's usually a 1 to 10 kind of thing. 10 being the worst pain in your life, the worst thing you can imagine. Which, of course, those of us with good imaginations will never hit a 10, which I guess is a good thing, right? Because we can always imagine something worse. It's a good thing, right? I swear it is. But yeah, checking in with your partner, and even just saying like, where are you at today? How much energy do you have? Or having some sort of system for that is really super helpful. And that goes for things that aren't necessarily physical disabilities as well, right? I know days when my head is kind of not where I want it to be. It's like I can't focus or what have you. And it's just like, yeah, okay, not a focusing day. Or, hey, today is a day that I'm just not going to make a ton of sense when I talk, because that happens sometimes. So, yeah, nerd life represent for sure. Yeah, we're all geeky. Um, yeah. Oh, Alex saying making pink and black. That's awesome. My favorite color combination. I love it. As I'm sure you guys can tell, I have quite a few pink and black things there. Yeah, kinky and nerdy is the best combination. As for the Golden Girls, there's an episode where the one gets Rose. Yes, she gets diagnosed with chronic fatigue, and it's awesome because she. So for those of you who haven't seen it, and this is a common experience with people with this type of chronic illness, where we get ignored. We get told it's all in our head. Where we get told that, like, if you just lose some weight or whatever, that you'll be fine. You need a positive attitude and you'll be totally healthy again. And she has that experience with a doctor, and then sees this doctor in a restaurant and unloads on the guy, and it's a fucking amazing scene. It's like, I think every chronic illness community decided to like idolize her in that moment, and it was fantastic. So if you haven't seen that, look up like Golden Girls Chronic Illness or something like that. It was awesome. All right, One Random Heart, thank you so much for joining us. Have a very happy new year. Like, yeah, we're almost there. 15 minutes to go. I'm drinking tea again. I drank my beer too quickly. I was going to try to stretch it out and make it last till midnight, but... Oh, shut up. I'm just going to tickle you then.
Yeah. Nope.
He's very ticklish, and I totally have a tickle kink. So... Oh, I'm trying to be a tough guy there. It's cute when you try to be a tough guy. I like it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Back.
Yay, people with tickle fetish.
It is fun, like, honestly, like, not being on the receiving end, but it's fun doing it to people, like.
Yeah. Look, I am 5 feet tall on a good day. You can't move around very easily. It is the one way that I can level the playing field, and he could throw me across the room, but if I tickle him, he gets on his knees pretty quick. Mm-hmm. So it's the great leveler. I like it. So
one day, Derek. One day. Yes.
Oh yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun tickling people till they pee. Were you trying to tickle me? You know I'm not ticklish.
I fucking know your kryptonite. It's on.
No, that was when you were trying to like massage my one leg and you were like pressing into it really hard.
No, it was with the spiky ball thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, apparently things that would cause normal people pain make me giggle and are ticklish. So there's that. So. Oh, Finn likes being tickled. I like that. There's not a lot of people who actually enjoy it. But yeah, I've totally done the tickle people till they pee because I also enjoy water sports and stuff like that. And I have a very odd relationship with humiliation kinks. I don't like doing verbal humiliation. It's just not for me. but I do enjoy putting people in situations where they become humiliated. So, um, tickling plus pee. Sometimes, if you want to throw in some diapers in there, whatever floats your boat, I have done that as well. And just yeah, tickling people, make them drink a bunch of water first, just just for fun. Or do things like, have a whole like bunch of bottles of water or whatever lined up and be like, you have 30 seconds to drink that, and have a bit of fun there, and then tickle them. They will pee themselves eventually. Um, it's kind of awesome. Hmm.
Mhm.
Hmm. So, but yes, I absolutely recommend tickling people till they pee. I yeah, I think y'all kind of got the idea how much I enjoy that. Giggle like crazy, botting for electricity. That is low key there. Hello, welcome. That's awesome. Yeah, electricity. I I hate the sensation of electricity personally. Um, but I can absolutely see it because it's got that like prickly, tingly, stingy kind of feeling. I can totally see that. I hate using the violin wand. I always shock myself because I forget for some reason there's like parts of mine that you can't touch because it'll shock you that aren't like, the electrode, the obvious parts. And I touch them every fucking time. So Rosemary, me and my ex did tickle torture for each other. Gotta beg to stop. Yeah, that's the other thing. I do enjoy begging. I think that's pretty hot. So then, what better way to get people to beg than tickling them, right? Ooh, beer two is black currant stout beer. It sounds a lot better than it tastes. Oh, that's disappointing. That sounds amazing. I love black currant and I love stout. Sounds awesome. Hard limit, yes. A few of you have the tickle stuff as hard limits. I love it. Would you leave my fucking hair alone?
Snake.
He tries to stick my hair through like my earlobes when I'm not wearing jewelry or if I have like a tunnel in. It's just like, fuck off.
Thankful I didn't like put a padlock in it or something.
Yeah. So he's a switch. I am not. And he always seems to think that he can get away with this shit with me. And it's like, no, 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 no. This is why you go and you have other partners and you can be as evil as you want with them. I absolutely encourage it. Not gonna fly here though, honey.
Yeah, I would never.
Welcome, United Judgment, and thank you for the Happy New Year wishes. We are where I am at. We are like 8 minutes out. Woohoo! Soon, soon, soon. Oh no, Katie, you get headaches from tickling. That sucks. So, yeah. Awesome. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We get all the sadists in here. It's freaking awesome. I love it. Love it. Also, I miss, we used to have a munch. It was two munches. And it was held like in the same restaurant. And there was the Dom munch and the sub munch. And so predictably, the subs would go to one side of the restaurant and the Doms would go to the other. And we all had our little time to chill and whatever with each other. And then we'd get together at the end. And it was so much fun because hanging out with other Doms, with other sadists, tops, excuse me, was fucking awesome. And just you got to bounce ideas off of each other. And it was so much fun. So story time with Derek here. In learning the violet wand, I put the probe on the victim. They flinched, which was fine, but their foot went just close enough to my groin and zap. Awesome. Yeah, I love when they're electrified and just, yeah. But sometimes I forget as well. I remember I was being cheeky with with somebody I used to work with. I used to work in a dungeon, so this sort of sexual behavior was okay. Um, but anyways, we were doing, it was at, you know, one of the sex shows that we do, and she was sitting up on this stool and just wearing like bra and panties, and I had the violet wand, and I used like the body contact probe on her, and I was like playing around and like touching her and shocking her and whatever. And I jokingly like gave her a little kiss on top of her panties, except that my lip jewelry and her clit came close enough, and yeah, that sucked for, well, for both of us, but her more than me. Um, I've never seen a girl jump so high off of a chair. It was fun. So yeah, I was in a group playing with a violet wand when I had the bit when I get touched, I get shocked. Only it worked if people touched near where I was holding it. Yeah, I love the body contact probe where like the electricity is running through, and you can do it both ways, right? You can have the electricity running through the top where you touch them and they'll get shocked, or running through the bottom where you can use like metal implements and they will get shocked, and it's so much fun. So all right, good night, Alex. It's, oh my God, nearly 5 a.m. Happy New Year, into the future there. Have a really good night. So, either of
Take
you
care.
have any new tattoos lately? Do we have any new tattoos lately?
Well, I finished my chest.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. And you finished your arm.
Well, I finished my arm,
Yeah.
but that was mostly background stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, he got his chest
Yeah,
done. I don't know
finished
if you
this.
want to show it off or not. I mean, no.
Yeah, it's on Fat Life. It's on
Yeah.
Fat Life, but yeah.
He can be a little shy sometimes about these things. So, but yeah, he got his chest done, and then yeah, I'm gonna be starting my next is it's gonna be my chest and my neck. Oh, by the way, birds. I decided I want.
Oh, you want birds?
I want birds.
Oh,
I
now
want
you
birds.
tell me. Okay.
Yeah. Falcons.
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 I'll try and draw them in the, what is it? Ernest
Yes.
style. Yes.
I bought him a book so he could learn about different Norse art styles, because I have mostly yelling designs on my arm, and I want Ernest on my throat and chest. At least I didn't pick the Ringerike. That one is the really like,
oh, with all the
tendrils everywhere. So
very Lovecraftian.
yeah, it's like that when you learn your nerves are fucked from your violet wand shenanigans, and not from your neurologist who said your nerves are fine. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if anyone's ever had the test. It's a nerve conductivity test where they stick really big needles into your muscles and stuff like that, and then they run electricity through them. And I nearly punched out the poor tech who had to do it to me. It was so painful. It sucked. Not enjoyable. Yeah, I get the giggles when I have the violet wand. Yeah, a lot of people giggling for the violet wand. That's kind of awesome. So, to tell the pretty sadist lady her machine was broken, she thought she turned the power down when she touched my leg, but neither of us got shocked. Aw. So, oh, bratty switch, so I can get him into mischief either way. Yeah, yeah. I always kind of laugh because I'm like, I'll tell people that I'm not into brats and all of that, and I always date brats.
It's because we have a lot of redeeming qualities.
I know.
Like, honestly, I say a lot of shit, but like, really, I do go and do what she asks and whatnot.
Yeah, you just fight first. No, I honestly, I do love the brats. Like, I mean, all of my previous partners, with the exception of like one that I can think of off the top of my head, like one in like 10 years, have all been brats. A lot of brats. So, yeah. Yep. So, rats are so much fun. Oh, yeah. A few people have had that lovely test. Oh, I hated it. Yeah. Oh no. had that, and it put me into bottom space. Oh no, that would suck. Like, you don't want to be in that kind of headspace, in that sort of environment. It just would not. No. Oh, thank you, Lucy. I'm gonna go with Lucy. I'm not sure how to pronounce the rest of it. So, and Happy New Year to you as well. Yes, Rosemary. People do love to be bratty around me. I think it's because I mean, like, I take what, when we say we're gonna play and things like that, I take it very seriously, right? I think we should be laughing. I think we should have fun. Oh my God, look it, we're almost there. 1 minute. Like, let me see if I can find a countdown here. I was gonna do that earlier. I should have.
Nope, that's not it.
That's not it.
We were about
okay. Happy New Year! Woo! Apparently, while I was looking for something, all I could find was COVID news. Happy New Year,
Happy New
everybody!
Year.
We are there. I was gonna do a countdown, but apparently
We missed it.
I suck.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, I hear fireworks outside.
That means the dog is probably terrified.
Oh, yeah, I hear the dog making a beeline for the bathroom.
Yeah. Oh.
Come here, buddy. It's okay.
Oh, there
Hi.
he is.
Come here. Let him in here, maybe. Hey, buddy. Hi. Okay. So, come here, silly. Sit down. Sit.
Sit.
Sit. Sit.
Wolfgar, sit.
Sorry, our dog, as
Sit.
is to be expected, is terrified of fireworks.
Sit, buddy.
Sit down, please. Come on.
Sit.
So here, let's get some Wolfgar cam, if we can. Oh, there we go. Come here, silly boy. Sorry for the movement there. Here's Wolfie. Isn't he a good boy? Hi. Oh. Okay. I'll put the camera down, and there's no more movement. Sorry for anyone who gets nauseous for that sort of thing. I should have warned you ahead of time. I always forget. But yes. Yeah, he is a sweet boy, but he is so terrified of fireworks. Summer here is awful for him.
That and
So,
douche bros is who came up with on their cars.
yes, that as well.
Okay, like I lost count the amount of times I'll be walking him, and then some jackass goes and muffler pops right beside us, and he's like, gets all terrified and freaked out, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I just always laugh. I try to explain to him that he is like an absolutely gigantic dog. And he's such a baby, though. So he's supposed to be all big and scary, but he's not. He's just a big suck. Aren't you? And it's just not time with me at all, unless Wolfgar comes and says hi. He always wanders in when I'm doing classes and stuff. So, if you follow me on Instagram, I haven't posted on Instagram in forever, but mostly it's pictures of my dog. Because he is such a sweetie. I love him. I want another puppy.
no. No.
I'm always like,
one is enough.
should we get a dog, another dog, or a cat, or
I don't
you
know.
want a cat? So
Honestly, maybe like when we start like the travel stuff.
yeah, I think once we move on to the bus. So yeah, for those of you guys who don't know, I know I talked about it at Halloween and stuff, but we are building a bus. Our plans for 2022, if possible, is basically we're building a bus, and it's going to be a house for us to live into. That doesn't make any sense. To live in or on or whatever.
And travel.
And we are going to travel, and we're going to see all of you lovely people, provided you live in the North America, Central America, South America sort of area. Sorry, Europeans, and further than that, I don't think we'll be coming to see you quite yet. But yeah, we're building a bus, and we will be traveling as soon as it is safe to do so. Who knows when that will be? But... Oh yes, and Do we have anyone from the East Coast of Canada here? Just curious. No, I do not have a TikTok.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I don't know. Yeah, that's basically why I don't understand TikTok yet. So, yeah, Walter, I sometimes do use Dr. Bronner's. I think Castile soap is, if you're going to go with a soapy enema, that is the way to go. Use Castile soap because it's the most sort of natural. I mean, there's still lye and everything, but it's the most natural. But yeah, so we basically, if you guys are on the East Coast of Canada, we will be coming to see you very, very soon because I just bought a chunk of land in Cape Breton Island in Nova Scotia. I haven't told anybody yet other than him because, you know, it's hard not to tell him things. But yeah, I haven't really made an announcement yet or anything. So that's why you like to come to these live things. But yeah, and I miss the East Coast as well, Katie. I love it out there. I used to spend summers in Newfoundland and I miss it. So yeah, we bought some land in Nova Scotia and I cannot wait to get out there and to see stuff and just to be out in that part of Canada again because it is so nice.
I really enjoyed my time in Halifax.
Yeah, so, you really like
I mean,
Halifax?
like I was only there for like a few days, but it was great. Like I really liked it. So
yeah. I really like it. So yeah, we're gonna have some land out there. Midwest, the States, yeah. Well, don't you guys worry. Like I said, we are gonna be coming down that way as well. I love. I mean, you know what? I don't think I've traveled to a part of the U.S. that I haven't really liked. You know, it's like all of them have a certain appeal, and even if there isn't like, you know, like I'm like, oh, I really want to get back like to see Arizona. I had a fucking layover in Arizona. I've never actually really been there, but it looked really beautiful out of the window of the airplane. So I want to go and explore there. But even places that don't have that type of appeal, I want to go because I had like when we were in Ohio, I had so much fun. Quite a few years ago, we went to Ohio and did a super fun Halloween like convention called Fear Fest. And I'd love to go back and see that, do that again. But yeah, we although we didn't like Cincinnati so much, the city itself, but the people were
great.
awesome.
Yeah, they were really
like
nice.
I had so much fun with the people there. So, but yeah, it's I've never found a place in the States that I don't want to check out again. You know, it's just such like every part of the country is so different there. I mean, it's the same in Canada, obviously, right? Like the East Coast is so different than you know central. We're in the central part of the country and like the West Coast and all that. But yeah. Love to go to more kink events and possibly have a partner or girlfriend this year, but it's way too long. Yeah, it's just like one of those, man, the last couple of years and all of that really sucks. Australia, Ronnie, I want to get there. I really love like herpetology and stuff, and you guys have the coolest, probably also some of the most dangerous, but the coolest critters. Although I'm totally arachnophobic, and your spiders scare me, but everything else about your country is freaking awesome. Also, the Australian people are amazing. Like I remember when I was traveling, um, like I mean obviously people from different countries have different sort of stereotypes and reputations, and the Aussies were always like they were the people that were totally solid but also would drink you under the table and would be so much fun to party with. And I'm not a partier, but I met quite a few amazing Aussies on my travels, so I really like that. And yes, Indianapolis, we will absolutely come around your way for sure. And Maryland, it's strange. Oh, okay, so PA is I think Pennsylvania, right? Yes. Yeah. Still trying to learn all the states. And Tokyo, cool. Oh, I'd love to go to. You were gonna go to Japan, but that didn't work out. So all the travel plans. But yeah, so we're gonna be traveling a lot at some point in the future. Um, I think, and I think I talked about this last, like the Halloween live stream, but yeah, I think we're gonna go up to the Arctic
Yeah.
first, before it all melts. So yeah, we want to get up there. But so not a lot of kink stuff happening up there, but we'll see. I'm sure I can meet kinksters wherever I go. But yeah, we'll spend some time in the East Coast. We'll spend some time in the very far north, above the Arctic Circle. I don't know why I want to go there. I hate the cold. And
Just to see it before it's gone and say that we went.
Yeah. And then I will be making a beeline for those of you who are talking about being in like lovely warm areas like California and all that. We've loved. I mean, every time I go to California, I fall in love with that state all over again. So Japan and Norway are two of my bucket list places to travel to. Absolutely. I've always joked that I want to go. A lot of the tattoos on my arm are taken from different runestones and Viking horde finds within like Norway, Sweden, some Finland and Iceland and stuff like that. And I've always joked that I have to go and like get photos with all the various things and be like, this tattoo is from here, kind of thing, from this runestone or whatever. So that's like a dream of mine, to do Northern Europe, Scandinavia, and all that. And then my background is Icelandic. I've never been there or anything, but that's where my family is from, is Iceland. So in Pennsylvania, you never see anyone with essentially PA merch on, but daily in Maryland, people have the flag on masks and shirts and everything else. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Pride. And where was it? Your sister just went to
Colorado.
Colorado. Yeah, that looked really cool. I like that. Yeah. I don't know. I'm the type that I like traveling so much that like wherever we go, I think it would be awesome. Katie agrees. Plan the trip itinerary based on your tattoos. For sure. For sure. He doesn't like it as much as I do, but I'm a chaotic traveler, but I've always had more time to be able to travel. You've got to take time off work and that. But I've been working like for myself or online and all that for so long that I love just like showing up in a country and being like, cool, where should I go next? And just randomly deciding and not having any plans. But you like to have things a little more structured. We'll make sure that'll change. Yeah. Well, and you're working remotely and stuff too. That's the dream, right? Work for yourself. Enjoy Apple. Yeah. If you go to events in Liverpool or Sydney, you probably have run across my caregiver. Oh, that's sweet. And I love how we can have people from all over the world like come together. It always amazes me. I love when you guys tell me where you're from, or where you live or what have you, because it's like, I don't know. I just add places to my list of places I have to go see. It's cool. But yeah. Oh, what do you say? Are we getting tired? Yeah, I think so. I have to get up and make cookies in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing a like outdoor masked and distanced. We didn't see anybody for Christmas, so we're gonna go and visit some family outdoors and staying away from each other. So I have to like make little care boxes of cookies and stuff because clearly I love cookies. So anyways, guys, I'm going to say goodnight to you. Happy New Year to everybody. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Hopefully in the future. Oh, Brazil. Sorry, that just popped up. Brazil. I have wanted to go to Brazil since I was a child. I'm absolutely obsessed with the country. I have a couple of friends in Sao Paulo, and I really want to go. It looks like it's just gorgeous, obviously, but so many really cool places to visit there. So as soon as I can figure out how to ship the bus from Panama into Colombia, we will drive through Colombia and into Brazil. So one place that's absolutely beautiful in Pennsylvania is Longwood Gardens, massive garden with woods and fountains and so much else. That's really cool. I'll have to check that out when we eventually make our way down there. Yeah. All right, guys. Yes, thank you so much for joining us. Happy New Year. I hope that 2022 treats everybody very well. I hope that it's a better year for everyone than last year was. I know it's been a rough time for all of us. So, so much love to you guys. Thank you for sticking with me, even though I haven't been posting and stuff like that. You guys are amazing. So I'm going to say goodnight instead of getting all mushy and emotional. But yeah. Good night, guys. Thank you so much. Happy New Year. Oh, no, there we go. Awkward end of the live stream.